Was it, or what were you doing when you're like, you know what, I want to start promoting these fights, or I see myself doing this, I want to help other fighters, or
I was managing a chain of health clubs at 25 years old. I was doing pretty well back then. I was like making $16,000 a month, so I thought I was a big baller, you know.
Yeah,
and back then, that was a lot
Yeah.
for me, you know, for the family that I grew up in and stuff. I was doing very well, and I walked away from it completely to start throwing fights. And my mother and father looked at me like, "Are you crazy?" My dad thought it was cool. My mother's a school teacher, so she was like, "I mean, what are you doing?" But I just knew that this is what I wanted to do.
I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs should be asked this and see how they got out of it, because for our viewers especially. So think of a time that where it was getting so tough, so hard, that there was a moment where you were just like, I don't know how I'm going to do this anymore. And do you
There were
know
4 or 5 points that I specifically remember like it was yesterday. And every time I made a bunch of money and I'm like, oh my God, I got a bunch of money here, I had to risk it all to go to the next level. Okay, now I got to risk it to go into the video and DVD market. Now I got to risk it to go into pay-per-view. And if the pay-per-view doesn't sell, what am I going to do? Because I'll pay this much more money to put it on pay-per-view. I've got to do the marketing for that. But they're going to hold that money for 6 months. So if I put on 3 pay-per-view shows in 6 months, one every other month, now I've got to fund, $250,000 more in production over those next 3 shows. So it didn't matter. And I kept thinking to myself, when do I not have to go risk it all to go up another level? Yeah. And it just never ended. It was always, okay, you got to do it. And then I realized that's just part of what we choose to do in our life.
So I think
I stayed in it for the love. I mean,
Yeah.
Passion,
the